What is up, guys? Rick Cacus here, and the Bungie weekly update has just been released, and that means we have some official grand spankin' new Destiny news to go over today. Now, the contents of this weekly update, well, they didn't really detail anything specifically new in terms of content, especially if you watched my last Destiny news video. They did talk about again that they're going to bring the next hotfix, which is Destiny hotfix 2.5.0.2, which they talked about last time, but this time they were more interested in detailing exact dates for when everything is coming out. So again, you know, obviously very interesting and very useful information for Destiny fans. So last time they detailed what patch 2.5.0.2 would actually entail. The top 5 goals that this patch is going to introduce into Destiny are as follows. Number 1, promote alternatives and counters to shotguns. I think a lot of people are going to be, happy to hear that. Number 2, align potency of primary weapons with surgical changes, aka buff primaries 2017. Number 3, file down a couple of issues from each class, just talking about subclass balance. Number 4, fix some issues with a sampler platter of exotics. Hopefully buff some of the the large number of very underused exotics in Destiny. And lastly, number 5, supporting adjustments to special ammunition. So just altering the power potential of secondaries. And I want to go over those 5 goals from last time for people who may have forgotten or didn't see the last video, because they're very important. It tells us pretty much what Bungie is looking to buff and nerf, what their goals are for this hotfix. Now today they announced that the hotfix will be hitting. We knew it was mid-February, but the exact date is February 14th. So not next Tuesday, but 2 weeks from now, 2 Tuesdays from now, February 14th, the next hotfix, the sandbox update, will be hitting Destiny. Hopefully, oh my goodness, hopefully we will see a drastic change to the meta. We'll get some new guns that are good again, auto rifles, buff auto rifles 2017, please, maybe they can actually be competitive once more. So that's exciting news. However, you won't have to wait, all the way until February 14th to actually hear more news on specifically what Bungie is planning to buff and nerf with this upcoming sandbox update. So last week they also revealed that before the actual sandbox update comes out, there's going to be an official Bungie live stream in which they're going to discuss the details of what they're doing. Really, talk about exactly what they're buffing and nerfing, hopefully by how much too, and explain the reasons behind all of that as well. That live stream is now officially slated for February 8th, that's a Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific time. So Wednesdays at 10 a.m. is kind of the standard for when Bungie does their stream announcements. This is no different. So twitch.tv/Bungie, be there Wednesday morning, and there'll of course going to be people uploading the remnants of what happened that stream. I'll of course do a video breakdown of everything that was announced, so if you can't make it to the actual stream, just stick around to this channel or several others to be updated with that information. So basically, like 1 week from now pretty much, and then Wednesday we'll know exactly what's happening in the sandbox update, and then a week after that, on a Tuesday, well, a little less than a week, we'll actually get the sandbox update. Now, the one thing is that kind of occurred to me is, geez, they're making a big deal. They're making a big deal about this sandbox update. They're having a big live stream explaining what they're doing and all this stuff, and we're announcing it 2 weeks ahead. Like, does this happen for any other game? Like, for real, guys, think about this. When Battlefield 1 introduced some buffs and nerfs, did they have this big announcement? Did they announce, like, have an announcement stream for the patch? No, they're just like, okay guys, we're patching the game, right? Like, new patch is happening here, there's gonna be server downtime, here you go. It was like a day away. Other games, they just patch their games, but because Bungie takes so long between buffs and nerfs and makes everyone hate the game and hate the current meta, because again, it takes so long for them to introduce changes, they're making such a big deal out of it. I don't know about this. Obviously, it's good that they have announced an official date. It's good that they're explaining their decisions. That's all good news. But it's going to be pretty funny if they have this big debacle, they have this big announcement, this big stream, and then the sandbox update is bad. Like, could you imagine if this sandbox update is poorly received, like they didn't buff and nerf the right things, they ignored auto rifles yet again, or they buffed it by 0.04% again, or they didn't address the elephants in the room with the Matter 64 and the fast-firing pulse rifles or whatever. Like, that'd be pretty funny to have this big lead-up, oh, we're announcing this incredible sandbox update, you know, hold on to your butts, guys, because this is going to be the most amazing thing, and then they flop. Like, certain sandbox updates in the past have flopped before, so it could definitely happen again. And I would much rather see more regular sandbox updates rather than making this big deal explaining what you were thinking. Like, honestly, I don't care, just get it done. Alright, maybe not that was a little mean, but I do want more regularity in their sandbox updates. Now, in terms of other Destiny news today, there was a little bit of a, kind of an interesting teaser perhaps, about the next content hitting Destiny. Teased did say, quote, "We know you're impatient for new things to play. We're impatient to talk to you about what we're building on our riverbank. We'll meet each other in the middle soon." Don't forget that. Beyond this next hotfix, you still haven't seen the last from the live team. Now that part I think is very important. You still haven't seen the last from the live team. Now obviously he is outright saying, you know, the live team is going to be what is going to announce the next content, the spring update for Destiny. That isn't like massive news, we've kind of known that, or at least assumed that for a while, but what is kind of more interesting is that near the beginning, he unveiled that Bungie does internal live streams. They live stream just for themselves, like they live stream just for the rest of the Bungie studio, to keep everyone on pace with what is going on, to keep everyone on the same roadmap, on track of what is happening in Destiny, and as a practice format for what they're going to live stream later on. So, by saying that, by saying, look, we live stream so often, we even live stream just to ourselves, by saying, hey, the live team is going to have, you know, even more part to play in the future of Destiny, could Destiny 2, for one of the first times ever, could a game like Destiny 2 be announced not in a teaser, not in a trailer, but in a live stream? Or even just they place a teaser or they place a trailer within one of their official Bungie live streams. That is entirely possible. In fact, for the Rise of Iron, they did just that. They had a live stream and they showed the first, you know, teaser or trailer for, again, the first time to the public, and then they put it up on their YouTube channel basically at the same time they showed it on the stream. But it was the stream that was like announcing everything. It wasn't just them putting out a trailer. It was more of a trailer to go along with their stream. They've been doing that as of late, and they've been getting pretty good community reception. So again, maybe the live stream is going to be the thing that announces Destiny 2. That's entirely possible, and it's really interesting to think that, again, we haven't seen like a big game like that ever announced via live stream, I don't think. Usually we get, again, some sort of teaser, some sort of trailer. In any event, guys, that is really it for the news revealed in today's Bungie weekly update. There isn't really going to be anything massive in terms of next content for Destiny Teased until, I would say, probably the 16th of February. That's after the sandbox update has been initiated. Basically, at that point, they can't talk about this freaking sandbox update anymore. Hopefully, they start to actually talk about the content of the spring update slated for Destiny, and maybe even have some Destiny 2 teasers as well. But what do you guys think? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section about what you think Bungie is going to buff or nerf, and by how much. It's interesting to see how often the community is actually right when it comes to predicting these sandbox updates. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it informative. Now, if you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you want to see more Destiny content similar to this, be sure to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickCacus. That's linked in the description down below, as is my Twitch channel, which you can also follow. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.